Hello students, let us see Kirchhoff's one more law, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law is also called as Kirchhoff's second law or Kirchhoff's loop law. Kirchhoff's current law is applied to node, and here Kirchhoff's voltage law is applied to loop. So let us see what is a loop and what is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law. According to the statement, algebraic sum of all the branch voltages around any closed loop in the network is 0 at all instants of time. So it means that all the branch voltages within the loop, sum of all the branch voltages within the loop must be equal to 0 to obey Kirchhoff voltage law. Let us see one example. So this is called as a loop. So here we are having resistors R1, R2 and R3, and this is your source voltage, and V1, V2, V3 are the branch voltages. This R1 is one branch, R2 is one more branch, and this is your branch. So all the voltages, sum of all the voltages within the loop must be equal to 0. So for this one we have to consider in clockwise direction. So this is a series circuit. So the current flowing in the circuit across all the element is same. So here we have considered the current is I. Here we have considered that current is I. So here we have to consider one convention. So in some books you will find other convention, but you can follow any convention, but I am telling one convention, that is of here current is moving from negative to positive. So negative to positive is nothing but increasing. Let us consider this is increasing. If current moves from positive to negative, that is nothing but consider it as a drop. A drop is nothing but a negative. So let us consider this is a current is moving from negative to positive. Let us consider this is a Vs, positive Vs. Next, here the current is moving from positive to negative, that is decreasing. So this is a called as drop. Here it is rising. The rising is considered as a positive. The drop is considered as a negative. So let us consider this is minus V1. And here also it is moving from positive to negative. This is also a drop. So minus V2. Now let us come to V3. To the V3 also it is moving from positive to negative. So this is also a drop. A drop is indicated with minus. So minus V3. So according to the KVL, sum of the voltages within the loop must be equal to 0. So plus here plus plus minus V3. So which is equal to, which must be equal to 0. If this is verified, then we can say that KVL is verified. Let us verify this KVL with one example. And this KCL or KVL, this is KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. So here you can write Vs is nothing but, according to your Ohm's law, V is equal to that is your energy required to move a charge. V is nothing but, voltage is nothing but energy required to move a charge. So Vs we can write ES. So in the place of Vs we can write ES is equal to ES by Q. This totally can be written as Vs equal to minus V1 minus V2 minus V3 can be written as Vs equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So here in the place of Vs we can write Es by Q, and this is E1 by Q, and this is E2 by Q, and E3 by Q. So here you are having on the LHS and RHS part, Q is common, so you can eliminate that Q. So by eliminating that Q, here you will get ES. ES equal to source voltage equal to sum of the drop voltages, E1 plus E2 plus E3. So energy required to move a charge, energy supplied by the source voltage equal to energy consumed by the passive elements. So energy supplied by the voltage source in the circuit is equal to energy consumed by the passive components in the circuit. That's why the KVL is called as law of conservation of electrical energy. Law of conservation of electrical energy. So let us see one example. Here I have taken one circuit which is having 3 resistors and 2 voltage sources. So according to our concept, first of all we have to consider one loop, one current in clockwise direction. So the current flowing in the circuit is I. Here I have indicated with in clockwise direction. And here the voltage here, the voltage drop is, here I have written this is V1 and this is V2, and here it is plus or minus, this is V3. So before proceeding to any problem, first of all we need to indicate the voltages, the voltage drops, the signs for voltage drops, positive, negative. According to the current flow we need to write the current is positive to, always current moves from positive to negative, electrons from negative to positive. So here I have written I need to find current I need to find current I and V3. V3 is nothing but voltage across your 15 ohms. I have to find these two things. So for finding this I and V3, let us apply KVL. So according to the KVL, so already we have seen in the previous slide, if the current direction is from negative to positive, that is raising, the raising is indicated with, the raising voltage is indicated with positive, the drop voltage is indicated with negative. Here we have, here 5 volts, it is moving from negative to positive, so it is indicated with 5, that is positive. Next, here this V1 is from positive to negative, so this is minus V1 plus. Next, here V2 is moving from positive to negative. The current current direction is moving from positive to negative. So here you can write minus V2. And let us come to this point, positive to negative. So minus 2 volts. And while coming to the 15 ohms, it is moving from positive to negative. So how I am telling? According to this clockwise direction, according to this arrow symbol is for 5 volts it is minus to negative to positive, and it while coming to at this point it is moving from positive to negative, and at this point from positive to negative, and at this point positive to negative, at 15 volts positive to negative. So here also we have to consider minus V3. Minus V3 equal to, according to the KVL, all the voltages within the loop must be equal to 0. So 5 minus 2 equal to 3. So here 3 equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So here we got 3 equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So we have a Ohm's law. According to the Ohm's law, what is V equal to I into R? V equal to I into R. So here you can write V1 is nothing but 5 into I. 5 into I. Next, V2 is equal to 10 into I. 10 into I. Next, V3 is equal to 15 into I. 15 into I. So totally here you can write 5I, 10I, 15I, which is equal to 30I. Which is equal to 30I. So from this, what is the value of I? I is equal to 3 by 30. I equal to 3 by 30. 3 by 30 becomes 1 by 10. That 1 by 10 is equal to 0.1 amp. It means that here we got I value is 0.1 amperes. Here we got I value is 0.1 ampere. So here we have solved I value. We have to find V3. How to find V3? According to Ohm's law, your electrical circuit analysis revolves around Ohm's law, KCL, KVL. If you have good understanding about Ohm's law, KCL, KVL, it is very easy to go through all the topics. So here we have V3 is equal, that is Ohm's law. Ohm's law, instead of having your resistors, here you can have capacitor, inductor. So for anything we have to apply Ohm's law only. So V3 is equal to 15 into I. But what is I? 0.1. So automatically V3 is equal to 1.5. V3 equal to 1.5. 1.5 volts we got. Now let us verify, that is KVL here. So how to verify KVL? Sum of the voltages within the loop must be equal to 0. Here we got 5 volts. So this is your 5. And what is V1? V1 is nothing but 5 into I. 5 into 0.1. That is your minus 0.5. Just substitute here. 0.5 minus 0.5. Next, V2 is 5 minus V2 is 10 into I. That is 10 into I. 10 into 0.1, that is 0.1. That is 1, not 0.1. 10 into 0.1 is 1. Next here it is minus 2. It is minus 2. Minus V3 is, what is V3? V3 is 1.5. V3 is 1.5. So 1.5, 0.5, that is equal to 2, and this is 3, and here 3, 2, 5. So totally we got 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5. So here we got the value is 0. So by substituting individual values over this equation, we got 5 minus 5 equal to 0. Hence the KVL is verified. So try to solve some more problems in your while finding in textbook. So let us continue the next topic in the next class. Thank you.